Anyway,
notice?
Anyway, guys, hello and welcome to a impromptu vlog at the Minions house. We just watched a film, not at the cinema. Now,
Wow,
Minion,
so
take this DVD and show the nice people close up.
Don't stand on the iPad.
There. Terror goes viral.
We watched, I don't give a fuck what the film's official title is, this is Ring 4.
I will have to highlight, guys, there's no point watching the whole vlog. It was a really good film. Turn it off now, download it, and come back and
Go
watch
and
the
buy a
rest.
copy, it'll only cost you about $20. It's not that much.
Worth every penny.
Yeah, so if you're at all interested in the Ring films, you want a wonderful, nice honouring of the previous films and the previous works in the Ring canon, then go off and buy a copy.
Oh, definitely, it was something else. Very much something else.
And now that they've gone, now just us who don't give a shit about Ring films, this was terrible!
It was horrible.
You have to be louder.
I know what I'm doing. Also, shouldn't we have a directional mic on that?
No,
thing?
it's okay.
Yeah, screw the directional mic.
Vlogs doesn't matter. But we actually have two new unregular people here. Unfortunately, my two usual partners, Arnacarin and the Omega, neither of them are here. So we have...
Why are you pointing at me?
Where are you? Let them know.
You said two unusual people. This is my third vlog. I am usual. I'm not saying anything.
That's Teddy. That's Teddy, and this is our Cheese and Humor. And now we have the two first off people. We have...
Hello.
This is Warhammer Mike.
Oh, thanks, Warhammer Mike. Just call me Wolfie.
Okay, or Wolfie. He was in the Nixon Hogan Smoke Christmas review playing a minion. And this is, we haven't actually worked out a nickname for him. Big Dave.
Call me Taz.
Taz?
Taz.
Taz. Okay, Taz.
Don't forget about the kitten.
And cheap.
Well, get on to cheat. This is Taz, who played a minion in the Polgasari review. And that is Chi, the house's new kitten, who was actually the half-sister of the two cats that I have.
And at one stage of the film, we all stopped and watched Chi because it was more interesting.
Yeah, this is piece of shit. Start ranting.
Yeah.
What's scarier? Yes, she was scarier. It's got claws, this movie doesn't.
Yeah, the CGI was laughable.
Well, it's Japanese. It's to be expected. But even for Japanese films, it was laughable.
It was one of those shitty 3D movies. I'm almost thinking that they call it, in some parts it's called Ring 3 because they wanted to call it Ring 3D. Because it's not even like a subtle, oh look, Sadako would be really horrifying coming out of your screen. Because, you know, the way that she comes out in the other Ring films, it would look good on 3D if it was filmed right. But this one is just a case of, whoa, everything's going towards you. Whoa, be impressed. Whoa, CGI background.
Yeah, also I get the impression that their hand coming out of an iPhone would just kind of along the lines of, push you back in, I'm trying to play Angry Birds, go away.
I did not slide to unlock.
The creators of this film really should have looked at Dread for how to make slow visuals work much better. Particularly that glass effect.
Oh yeah, and they kept using the same one. There was always the same shaped shard at the front of the screen.
Same one that always crashes into another one and breaks yet again.
It was the same effect, and they used it about 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, things that shouldn't have had glass. Glass shattered and went everywhere in slow motion in 3D! Okay, give you a rundown of what happens. This is set after the other Ring films. Even the other 3 Ring films, so this is Ring 4. Even though, that's silly. But Sadako is now on the internet because this emo internet artist got really, really irritated at people trolling him, so he decided to do some sort of crazy spell and kill himself in order to try and bring Sadako back to life so she would destroy the world. And I think no matter how much you're getting trolled by assholes, well, the second you decide to destroy the world, you're the one who's you're the bigger villain, really.
I do agree, destroying the world is a slightly bigger crime than internet trolling.
Yeah, this guy is basically like a sexy Japanese version of Chris Chan.
Wow.
With powers. He's the main villain. Sadako is basically a henchman.
That reminds me, did we check the credits to see who played him? Because he looks a lot like the guy who plays Light in the...
He was not Light.
No, I know. In the crappy version of the film. It wasn't the official film. No, there was another one, but it was really low budget and shit.
Yeah, Death Note film. There were only the two of them, and they're both
It
sequels.
wasn't an official Death Note one.
Okay,
What film was it?
even from a Ring standpoint, it was ludicrous, because the video of this guy's suicide. This isn't the cursed video from Ring. It's no one digitized that and put it on YouTube. No, it's this video of this guy committing suicide
by Sadako.
Yeah, he was like, oh, and he brought Sadako in, who killed him.
Could that technically be considered suicide if he got someone else to kill him?
A suicide by cops, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half the people in the film committed suicide by that definition, though.
So the guy, they don't even use the good video. It's just like this guy ranting at the camera, and then there's a bunch of different shots, and then she's strangling him while she's invisible. But then they cut to all these different shots of his, as though this video actually has a live editor. And then she's killing random people to see it until she can find the right person who she can put her consciousness into, so she can like live again or some shit. And I realize this is a little bit similar to some stuff that actually happened in the second Ring book, but there's a reason that Razin was ignored as a Ring sequel, because the Ring books were silly, yo. There
was no Ryuji, which is automatically a big mark on it.
In Razin, at least Ryuji.
Yeah, in Razin he was there being all crazy.
Well, he was dead.
Yeah, but crazy.
They autopsied him, and he sat up during the autopsy and started talking to this
Exactly, that crazy Ryuji.
Yeah. Ryuji was great.
And also, before he decided to kill himself, he was killing random Japanese girls and chucking them down. Well, he wasn't killing them. He was kidnapping them, putting them in white dresses, and chucking them down Sadako's well to try and give her a body.
To create an army, and what this did was create an army of CGI Sadako monsters.
That could be killed in one hit.
Oh, with anything?
One hit kills, but anything.
Now, if you haven't seen the film, and you want a rough idea of what this is like, imagine Sadako if there was more than one of them, and it was reimagined by the creators of the bad Silent Hill movie. I know both of them are bad, but one's worse than the other. Imagine that. And you spent about 30 minutes being hunted down by these creatures in what is basically a Silent Hill movie inside a Ring movie. About a semi-decent Silent Hill movie compared to the other ones inside a bad Ring movie. That is surreal.
Yeah. The closest thing would be spider demons from most animes, which have human form. They crawl along, something similar to that.
Yeah, they have massive legs, and the arms punch through this hole, so then they try to climb through the hole, but their legs get trapped in their side. It's quite silly, really.
Yeah, and the legs are angled in such a way that it makes them look more like frogs.
Not to mention it was cheap, thin plasterboard.
Yeah,
I could punch through that.
And they bite people's throats out for some reason that I'm not entirely sure.
Well,
they turn
obviously he wasn't important to the plot anymore, so they just had to get rid of him.
And there's butterflies. This movie's all about butterflies. I really wish I'd watched Ring 1 and 2 and 0 again, just to make sure I got my canon straightened up, because it's been about 10 years. But
yeah, we didn't mention this guy's awesome superpower, this emo artist. He has the ability to train moths into being a wallpaper.
Yeah, it was just like this wallpaper thing, and then they fly off, and it's like actually a big painting of Sadako.
You think the landlady would have noticed that?
Well, she was evil.
Was she?
Well, she said everything in this world
was artificial.
Yes, that was
but that's clearly a nod on to the next film.
Yeah,
based on the third book. It's going to be all over the place.
They're obviously going to do another Ring movie based on the third book.
So maybe she was only trained them off then.
Because spoiler, and I could be wrong about this if I'm remembering wrong, but the entire world.
So the real villain was actually the landlady.
Exactly.
So he was just hypnotized.
He was a pawn.
The entire
or a dragon, so to speak.
If I remember correctly, the entire world in the Ring universe is actually a VR simulation, and isn't real. So it looks like that's what they're going towards for the next film if they're doing another one. I hope they don't.
So the Matrix and.
At this stage, I'm hoping they don't bother making another one.
You're playing more with the cat, aren't
Well, everyone hopes they don't make another one. God damn it. Oh yeah, a little continuity error. The well is no longer underneath someone's house. It's actually beside a mall/high school.
It wasn't someone's
Abandoned.
house, that was some kind of chalet.
Still a house thing.
That
Someone
was the
lived in it.
American version.
Yeah, the guy who ran the
Who's
random holiday home.
But Colin, whose chalet has escalators on the inside?
I mean, no, it's completely different. But I'm just saying, it wasn't a house.
It
wasn't a house before.
It was much more like a house
It
than
was a
that one.
holiday home of some kind. Just to be perfectly clear about it, that's the important thing here.
No, I think it's very, very nice of Japan to be so kind to the United States as to make a Ring movie that is worse than the American Ring 2. They took a bullet for America, and I'm sure America really appreciates it, but Jesus Christ!
Yeah, also, the well is modern.
I cannot wait for Phalos' eventual review. It's going to happen. In fact, I'm going to suggest this to him.
I think we've lost Warhammer Mike. He's too interested in the kitten.
Yeah, I'm staring at a cat. I apologise. Kittens are cute. And still more terrifying in this movie.
Okay, if you're familiar with the Japanese movie Cairo, which was remade into the terrible American movie Pulse, look at this the same way. No, Cairo was great. Sorry, Pulse was terrible.
Yes, that's what I'm referring to. Pulse was terrible. It was
Yes.
bad.
Well, so imagine this is Pulse to Rings Cairo, but it's just Japanese. It also features teenagers committing suicide. Apparently that's a really big thing in Japan because, you got Cairo, you got this, you got Suicide Circle, you got a fuckload of other movies.
Japan is a very high suicide rate.
It does, yes.
Yeah.
My leg is not a chew tai chi.
But yeah, very bad film. It is nice though that they showed that some Japanese people react with great amounts of fear to pop stars.
Oh, yes, and we must remember the one key thing that happens quite a lot in this movie. Screams kill demons.
Yeah!
Yeah, glass from an LCD screen.
Oh, yes, that too.
Except for the one time when the main character's boyfriend, who is Justin Bieber, was being grabbed by gigantic Sadako the size of Godzilla from the side of a massive TV screen, with her hair, Rapunzel style, and then, then the screen did shit, but any other time she screams, CGI glass flies everywhere, and people are like, ooh, how did they have glass? There is no glass on an LCD screen, what the fuck? Oh, and there was a time when she shut down all the computers, and then the next shot, literally 1 second later, all the computers are booted up again.
No, there was a blackout, and it was all 404 screens.
Because they didn't have the internet. And then whenever...
The blackout meant the
There's
power
a
was
blackout,
down.
there's no power. Why
Yeah,
the hell
the computers were still on.
The computers all had 404 screens.
Yeah, they all had 404 screens because they were trying to use the internet. And then when it went back, they were all on the start. They were all in XP.
Yeah, a second later, the computers are back on.
Yeah, we made the joke that she was so horrified because she heard a rumor that they were going to upgrade to Vista.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying yourself, you mad kid?
I love the Ring movies. Ring 1 is one of my favourite movies of all time, probably in my top 10. Ring 2, Ring 0 are great. I've even seen the South Korean remake, which is better than the American remake. I don't like the American remakes whatsoever. I've even seen Razin, and I've seen parts of the Japanese TV show, and I don't read novels, but I read the Ring novelization. Sorry, not the novelization, the original book the films was based on. Big fan! You go fuck yourself and die!
Well, it's kind of funny. She did go and die, and that's why the film exists.
But she didn't go fuck herself, so, it's...
So kidding.
Guest star for the week.
We never really fully explained what actually happened to Sadako after she tried to possess this woman.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, I'm just going to say she was vanquished by the power of love.
She was put into that cat.
Power of love.
Yeah, apparently hair can possess people and turn them into Sadako, and then somehow screaming stops.
And they got like really, really, really bad after effects, glowing eyes. Okay, you got the cinematic history of showing someone's evil by glowing eyes. At the very top, you've got The Second Coming, that TV miniseries done by Russell T Davies. before Doctor Who. It was very, very good. They used glowing eyes. I was amazed at how frightening they could make just glowing eyes. At the very bottom, you got this. This isn't even as frightening as Janosz Poha from Ghostbusters 2. And that was a joke. That was supposed to be funny.
I will say this was funnier than that, though.
I like Ghostbusters 2, except for the occasional saccharine bits. I will defend it.
Yeah.
The tone-wise, this had a lot more in common with, say, Final Destination, like one of the bad Final Destination movies.
All of them?
All of them?
No, they're not all bad. It's
Well, the
first one
first one
interesting
was a
concept.
brilliant concept and they done it well. And then they beat it into the goddamn ground.
With
The
another
last
6.
one was great because you didn't actually know, they didn't actually mention it was set before the other ones. Just at the end, all the main characters celebrated getting away from death by getting onto a plane to France. So they get blown up at the start of the first one. It's like, oh, what a twist.
What did you
But yeah.
Yeah, doing things to death.
Any other thoughts?
I have many thoughts, but not related to this because this was dull and dreary.
There's not much more you can say about it other than it's bad and avoid it.
Yeah.
I still say one of the least intimidating things she could try to come out of was an iPhone.
Yeah.
Seriously, what's she gonna do? Flail her part of her arm at you before it catches
This
something?
teenage girl was in a room and she was playing with her iPhone, and then an arm came out of her iPhone and grabbed her throat. And then a second later, she was actually thrown through her window. So she was grabbed towards the iPhone and then she was thrown out. But then a second later, the iPhone comes with her. So apparently she was thrown out by an iPhone when she was holding on to it. How the fuck does that happen? She's gonna have force against you.
Oh, remember when Lisa was on the roof and the arm seemed to come out of the sky?
Yeah, not even out of the phone.
That
which
wasn't
was
even out of the
still
phone
shot.
because the phone was still in shot.
Does
and
anyone
the
have a
arm couldn't
cigarette?
appear.
No.
No. Jube.
Dead Ball, sequel to Battlefield Baseball. Watch the movie.
No, it's brilliant. Have you seen it?
I have yet to see it.
No, Jube, the main character, he will literally reach his hand out of screen and come back with a lit cigarette.
At any
And
time.
only one character actually notices this and goes, "What?" Everyone else just accepts it.
Fair enough.
And he does this about a dozen times during the film. He'll just sit up, reach up, and then bring to the cigarette.
Oh, and in Sunset Heights, we should have had someone do that during the smoking bit.
Ah, that would have been brilliant. That would have been a good reference.
So, yeah.
However, for the power to do that can come in handy if you're having like fish and chips, just reaching out of shot and bringing something in for some reason.
Where'd you get that from?
Exactly.
That being said, it is nice to talk about a good film for a change, but maybe we should either stick on topic or stop talking about this lump of crap.
There's not much else to say, really.
It's like trying to polish a turd with a blowtorch. It doesn't work.
Although technically they discovered you can polish a turd.
If it's
You
on
can.
ice.
By using the Japanese, I can't remember the actual name of it, the art of polishing little balls. So you can have these really shiny spheres that are actually just lumps of dirt. And they're really shiny.
Turd is not dirt.
No, but the original technique was used for dirt.
Yeah.
But you can use the same technique for shit.
Unfortunately, this movie does have something
The
shiny about
Mythbusters
it.
tackles
The
this.
disc.
Yes!
The disc is a very shiny frisbee or beer coaster or cup holder or something.
Now, this book, the DVD says from the writer of The Ring. Now, this is written. This is based on a book by the same writer as the book The Ring. Although they're saying The Ring in order to, go for American audiences, even though The Ring is the American one, Ring Virus is the Korean one, and Ring is the Japanese one, but they're just trying to advertise it. Hey, do you remember this? It's a very tenuous connection to have him being the advertiser guy. It couldn't be like, say, starring this gimp in a white suit who looks like a reject from Malice Miser who's lost every single bit of his gothy style.
I would have taken like half the cover in their defense.
Take your cover up there. Show them Justin Bieber.
I don't want to show just... fine.
Why don't you just make
You're
Justin
closer.
Bieber appear on the screen or something?
I would have to scan it.
There you are.
Do an internet search.
Asian
Find a
Justin
picture.
Bieber.
Also, his head is abnormally large because of his hair.
It
looks
is.
like a mushroom.
There is only one good thing I can say about it, and this is something I usually say about a lot of Japanese cinema, is that they build atmosphere with the lack of music or bad sound effects in the background. So most scenes are practically silent, and I feel it works a lot better. For example, in American films, you have those bloody crescendos building up to nothing and then jump scare. It's terrible.
So we'll see you later on. Everyone say goodbyes.
Goodbye.
Das Vidania.
Oh well.
Next time it will likely be me and Arnicarian. I don't know what the film will be.
Probably something better than this.
Possibly.
Well, considering the caliber of films they tend to watch, that's not a guarantee.
I can announce that next month there should be another vlog marathon. After the great success of our Twilight marathon, we're doing another one.
What are you watching this time?
Not telling anyone. I'll tell you when the camera's off.
I know.